Well, two of the most dominant female surfers of all time are hitting the lineup to fight it out for a place in the semi-finals. Tyler Wright, who is the current number 2 on the Jeep leaderboard, up against Steph Gilmore, who finds herself back in 6th position, surfing incredibly well, but just missing some big finishes in the first couple of events of the season. So much head-to-head history between these two competitors, and most of it going down in the final series of CT events. Steph Gilmore with the jump on Tyler, 11 wins to Tyler's 6, but pretty even when you start thinking about their finals matchups. Steph just getting the jump in the quarters there, Ross.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, what a classic setup, and you could argue that this is one of the best matchups there is out there in a women's draw. This is just set up to be an amazing heat right here.
And we have seen world champions dropping quarterfinals in past seasons, as we see Tyler just dropping into a bomb here in the first couple of minutes. Gets some speed, racing down the line. And you know she'll commit to big turns on that end bowl, but that wave was very tricky to surf. And the way it bottomed out, it might have been a blessing. And she didn't complete that turn. As Steph looks to answer. This wave flattening out, bit of a 2-stage top turn. And she's going to get out of there and try and get priority.
Your back's a little bit, feeling a little tentative. Is that still the case today?
It's feeling a lot better. It would really help to have a couple days off, and the physio, Jacqueline, has been amazing. So I've just been stretching and relaxing, and it feels a lot better. Thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say it shows. So congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you so much.
Back up to you guys.
Cheers, Pete. Well, positive news there for Carissa. Her back's feeling better. She won't be restricted. I'm sure once she gets into the last couple of heats, if she continues to roll through the draw, the adrenaline will kick in and it'll become a big afterthought. Matt just seemed to go from strength to strength in that new coloured rashi. But Tyler, it just looked like it weighed her down a little bit, but she's fighting for the lead once again and taking off now. Nice committed turn to get started. Driving down the line, goes to that little layback. Bit of a trademark turn there for Tyler. Doesn't really get the big finish though.
Offshore wind is tough. You know, you really have to stay low. Easy to get pushed off the wave and out the back, so you have to pick different maneuvers. Even that snap, she still almost got pushed off. Better one right there. A lot more rail in the water. She threw some spray right into the channel towards Rosie. Pretty solid surfing there from Tyler.
6.67, so she does bank the highest scoring ride of this heat so far. Also counting on a 4, so getting the better of Steph on both her rides. But Gilmore, the 6-time world champ, taking off now. A lot of foam on the face, which holds Steph back just a little bit. Second turn, she adds some flair and drives into a nice roundhouse cutback, but just doesn't get the rebound.
Tight little arc to that cutback. I'm thinking she could have impressed the judges had she ridden out of it and kicked out, but something fell off to her and she got out of there. Maybe she didn't want to mess with the rocks. Pretty clean wave, and then it hits the whitewash line, which is unfortunate for her. You can see all that extra turbulence. But I liked that first bottom turn. She's very aggressive. Even the second one, getting some nice torque through there. I really love this rebound back up into the foam vertical, but she kicked out. So something we couldn't really pick up on screen. It looked to me as if she saw some rocks in her peripheral.
She looks to get herself into position. Looks like she'll commit to this one. Late-ish takeoff. Nice carve to get started. This wave standing up now, and there is a huge turn, the turn of the heat so far. Driving up onto this foamy section again. Able to really commit to those turns. And I'm not sure if you'd call that last move complete, just getting completely tangled up in the whitewater and maybe just bounced across the rocks. Have a look at that. Standing up now. But just that commitment to the end section there. We'll get a close look at what kind of points she collected on the replay.
Again, windy, so you have to stay low to your board, but Tyler does a good job of that. Setup, snap, this is the one though. Really cuts a deeper line there. Great gouging rail turn from Tyler. And the judges will love that. She got the snap. I know she didn't ride out of that last maneuver to finish that closeout turn, but the first 2 turns were really heavy, especially this one here. Look at that wall right there. That's what you want. So clean. Not a whole lot of bump to deal with there, and she really pushed on her heels running. She pushed a lot of water out the back. Great surfing there from Tyler.
Really solid turn laid down and a big number coming her way, an 8.5. And she has put Stephanie Gilmore into a situation now where she needs 2 rides. So all of a sudden, that 4.67, which Steph didn't ride right through to the inside, becomes a very crucial number. And it might come back to bite her.
Yeah, and was there 1 or 2 other waves in this contest so far too, where she laid down some crazy snaps?
But right now, Tyler, without priority, is looking to shut Steph out. A strong first turn. And this is, again, shaping up to be another solid ride. Looking to improve on a 6.67. That's her 3rd major manoeuvre. This wave's starting to bubble. And she gets out of there. Steph's chasing her down the line, though. And Gilmore, she digs into a couple, but just loses it on that move. Tyler's just put away another excellent score, an 8.03. And we're going to have another look at it right now.
Yeah, watch this. Very gougy little snap right there. Kind of cut it short, but a lot of torque. She threw a ton of spray out the back. Cut that second snap a little short, but then she finished strong again with a little cheeky tail slide there before the bricks. So pretty smooth, excellent score there for Tyler. And now she's just sailing with the last few minutes.
And just smart competitively too. Just not really overcommitting to any one turn on that wave. Just wanted to get rid of the 6.67. Knew she was going to get 3 good opportunities because she's likely going to fall out of the draw here with her 3rd quarterfinal finish this year.
Swoopy carve to start. So that is beautiful right there. Very nice maneuver. Went for a jam. So she tried to, you know, really go for a heavy move. That's what Stephanie is guilty of a lot. She tries to surf so perfect that she went for a really difficult maneuver, but with the wind being so strong right now, she pushed hard enough to where that wind got a hold of her and pushed her out the back. She didn't have enough power in that wave to get her back going.
Well, another great heat score total for Tyler Wright, 16.53, made up of an 8.5 and an 8.03. And she is now going to be taking on Carissa Moore in the semi-finals. What a heat that's going to be. Steph Gilmore out of the contest here.